What is going on, everybody? We are back on it. One Piece episode 381. This is the final episode for the Thriller Bark arc we got going on here. I just went back and looked. It started on like 337. We did that mid-June. This arc has taken us 4 months at the pacing that I do, you know, with the 2 episodes a week. I don't know how long it took me to do the Alabasta or the Skypiea. I'd have to go back and look. Yeah, this took us 4 months. We did 337 on June 22nd. Right now it is October 15th that I'm reacting to, so almost right at that 4-month mark, which is crazy. Definitely was not my favorite, but what's wild is it had some of my most favorite moments in the show up until this point, especially with the Zoro stuff, getting introduced to 2 new warlords. You know, that's some big stuff there as well. Seeing the Nightmare Luffy, and then trying to just figure out the specifics on just what the hell the zombies are, and all that wild stuff. Did we ever get confirmation? The Invisible Boy. I don't even know how you say his name. Like half man, half lion. Albsum, whatever. He was a real person, right? He just had modifications made to his body. Pretty sure he was a real person. I don't know if we'll ever run into him again, if we'll ever run into the Doctor again. They're out there getting the hell out of Dodge. And Brook. So that's another thing. So the Zoro moment, getting introduced to warlords, the Nightmare Luffy, and Brook, who I think up until this point in the story has the saddest, most just downright depressing backstory in the show to date, up until 381 where I'm at. I think Nico Robbins takes the 2nd place, just because there didn't seem to be any joy that any of them had, and it just kept piling up one after another after another. It never ended. At least Zoro, I mean, we haven't got much on Zoro, but at least along the way he made a friend, and Sanji, you know, had the cooking and you know, the old man, and Usopp was able to find joy in Kaya and the little kids that would follow him around, and Chopper had the Doctor, and then Doctrine, and you know, everybody had their sad moments, but they got like quickly picked up. Brooks was just over and over and over, and then he's got to sit there on the ship with his dead skeletons of his friends, and it's just a mess. I think he's had the worst backstory up until this point. So good moments in the arc. Definitely probably my least favorite of all the arcs, though, but had some of the best moments of the entire show. But we'll see what we got. Let me get play going on this. Boom. We're in. We're in. We finally made it, man. I'm waiting till we get to a point where, like, the Marines and the warlords or whoever, like, handles shit is, they're done fucking around with them, you know? You know, we tried it with CP9, we tried it with Kuma. Like, when are we gonna get kill confirmed confirmation that, like, we've taken Straw Hats out? Everyone's like, oh, we tried, and like everyone's coming up with an excuse or says a reason, and but like they just let them go. They're like, oh, I want to see what they turn into, or like CP9 fails and they don't talk about it. When is somebody just gonna show up and, like, until I come back with a body, I'm not taking just like word for word that they were handled or captured. Shit's getting out of hand. Bro, he was doing that for decades. Decades he was doing that shit. Solo dolo, isolated. Most people just would have killed themselves. Especially him as a Devil Fruit user. At any point, he could have just jumped off that ship. He could have got to get that up out of his system. At any point, he could have ended it. And he just held on. Get that up out of you, buddy. All right. And what's wild is his backstory got pumped out so quick. Because usually everybody else we come across that's going to join the crew, their backstory gets spread across that entire arc. Like, that's what the arc kind of encompasses, is like finding out their backstory and dealing with whatever their issue is so that they can then join us. We got introduced to him, didn't get shit about him, but like an episode worth. Fast forward 80 episodes. Or excuse me, 50 episodes. And they're like, oh, here's his backstory for 2 episodes. Take it and leave it. Now he's on the crew. You know, Usopp's, Nami's, Nico Robin's, Sanji's, theirs got fleshed out over multiple episodes. He was like a part of the crew before we even got the full backstory. You know what would be detrimental to him? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But if Brook lost everybody again, oh my god. The crew's not going to die. You know? Okay, so we're not going to go back to him, right? Good. I was wondering how they were going to do that. I was like, do we just go back just for the sake of him? Like, we got a goal to get to here. We go back, we're literally starting all the way over again. Shit, he's been waiting for 5 decades. What's another 2? Another couple, you know? But it's, could you imagine if he lost everybody again? Now, he never would. They're not going to kill off the crew, but man. Do you think he could mentally hold on after that? If he lost them again? And at least Laboon has the old man. Imagine if he was just out there solo. Good lord, that would be pretty detrimental. Get that up out of you. Relax, buddy, relax. What is this like? Okay. Here we go. Here we go. But nobody knows. Man came out with his credentials and everything. What's the bounty? Bigger than Chopper's. Okay, man's got a little bit of a bounty on his ass. Swordsman. He's the only one that's ever dedicated himself like this to the crew. All of you other pieces of shit need to take notice. None of y'all are this committed. This piece of shit Usopp is left twice over here, by the way. Just letting you know. None of y'all dedicated yourselves like that. I didn't see you get on a knee, and nobody bended the knee and pleaded fealty to our Lord and Savior Captain Luffy. And he says he's a swordsman. We already got a swordsman, so I'm gonna need y'all to fight to the death and see who we're really giving that title of swordsman to, or... Oh, 2 days later. Is Zoro even awake? Is he up? A little gray for all of them. Not a bad ending off episode. I think I'm more just kind of relieved that Thriller Bark is ending. So you could have given me anything. You could have given me anything and I would have enjoyed it. Had to bury all those skeletons. Yep, give that man a moment. Put the piece of the ship out there and everything. So they're from West Blue. Everybody else is from East, right? And Sanji was inside. Was Sanji inside the line? Chopper was inside. And Frankie. And Robin? Yes? I think. The only ones that from East were Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Nami. I think. So I have a feeling this song is going to be used a lot going forward. I would assume that it's like the pirate song. I wish he had an ability that... Uh-oh. Yay, I heard you were a swordsman. We don't play that around here. There's only one of us, so... You gonna settle this or what? At least he's awake. Nice. Summoning jutsu. Best crew this side of the Mississippi. I was about to say, but you're already dead. That's an interesting interaction. Those two. I don't know if I needed that interaction, but I kind of like that interaction because... Oh shit! Brook got a cut screen. Now you know it's official. Because it's... Brook has a level of respect to him. To where... to where he'll show seriousness, he'll show respect, and he's not disrespectful like everybody else is. And how serious... Whoa. Chill. Alright, she's been denied again. What's the number? The number. Fishman Island. But, like, Zoro's serious enough and Brook is respectful enough that an exchange between them, especially if it's them isolated, is very, like, yes, sir, no, sir. Very serious. God. God. Jesus, Robin. Are mermaids up next? Is that what we're running into? Well, we've already seen one. Oh. Okay, what am I supposed to do with this piece of paper? What the hell? How am I going to hold on to this postcard? What the hell does it do? Does it turn into something if I present it to someone? Oh, okay, I was about to say, how am I supposed to keep this on me? It's going to get wet and... Eh? What do I do with it? Yeah, what? I think it's just blowing in the wind. Eh? Interesting. Okay, I guess. Oh shit. Did we see that on screen? I don't know. That was so long ago. Couldn't actually tell you. Why is it? Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's gonna find out that something's happened. Oh, their life force? Luffy, do you understand what we're saying? He's dying. Dying, Luffy. The man is dying. We gotta get the bark out of here. Luffy gonna get serious for once. What? We're just gonna pull off of that conversation? Man. I tell you. Because that's one thing I feel like that's been missing from Luffy is, you know, he's a great friend. He'll ride or die for his friends. But we never see, like, emotion in here from him about things that are dear to him. Of course, we know he'll do anything for his friends. We've seen that, you know. He's willing to fight and die for them. But we haven't seen that, like, deeper connection. That's what I'm saying. We haven't gotten that Luffy flashback yet, you know? Of, like, what's happened to him, what's dear to him, X, Y, Z, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. So I really want to see what happens with him and Ace. That's what I want to see. Him and Ace, him and his dad, him and Garb. Because there's relationships there that we as a viewer haven't seen. We know that they are related and that they have relations, but we haven't really seen it as a viewer. So, Now with the piece of paper thing, right? Do all of them burn out? Not just Ace's because he's fire? Oh. I don't know if I think they get stranded there though. That was ominous. Why is the narrator popping in right now? Why are you staying on this so long? Oh, I don't know what the hell that was right there. Oh, we're still going. Luffy. We kind of need to handle that. Yeah, about to say, what's another 2 years? It's been a decades. Everyone knows, like, let's... Like, he's dying, by the way. Laboon isn't going anywhere. Alright. Alright. He's got the little armband. You say so. Isn't that Ace have? Doesn't Ace have that on his hat? Whatever Luffy's got on his arm, because we've never seen Luffy have that on his arm before. Oh, he hasn't sang the song. That'll be the shot right there for sure. Alright, there's a squad. What the hell? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Brook, bro. I don't know what the fuck that is either, buddy. I forgot, Frankie's put some juice in that thing. What the hell is this, by the way? What is this? I want to hear what that narrator had to say one more time. No one knows what happens in the triangle. Yeah, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Every year, over 100 ships disappear in the fog. Yeah, we got that part. That is an old mystery that began before the giant pirate ship. Yeah, we got that part. Lola, y'all should have gotten the hell out of there. What began to lurk in the shadow 10 years ago? Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. But just from a logical standpoint, and we know One Piece isn't very logical. If I'm Lola, and this place has belonged to warlords, Marines probably know where this location is. We're not the strongest bunch, you know. We see what they had to go through just to deal with it. If they're out, I'm out. They when they're pulling anchors and setting sail, dropping the mast, and getting everything out of there. We're doing same thing. We're sailing out at the same damn time. No shot am I gonna stay. It's not happening. And yeah, that'll definitely be the shot. So where are we at number-wise here? Why do they got Robin up here like that? Just isolated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 of us so far. So the... What is that? The third time we've gotten Ace referenced, being captured, being weakened. In the last, well, I was going to say 10 episodes. I don't know how long ago, how many episodes it was when Kuma showed up to tell Moria, we've got a new member. We can't let you get taken out. We can't just be replacing members like that. We can't make us look weak. And he's like, oh, how did he become a member? And he told him what happened. So we got that instance. We had the doctor sailing away that had, the newspaper of Ace being captured. And then we have this instance again. Like, they're really hammering this home. So it's bubbling. Something is brewing and bubbling here. I don't know if, and there is worry in Luffy. There's worry there, but it's very Pirates Code type thing of Ace has his own adventures, I have mine. We're essentially feuding pirates. And they're not really, but you get it, He's not gonna come after me every time something bad happens to me. I'm not gonna go after him every time something bad happens to him. I feel like that's gonna be to a point though. If we hear something, actually hear something, because you don't know what's going on. Ace isn't gonna show up every time they go fight over here and fight over there and do this and do that. But if you were to hear that Ace was on his deathbed, or Ace is going to be executed at this location, or Luffy was on his deathbed, or Luffy had been captured and was going to be I could see Ace taking action, and I could see Luffy wanting to take action here. So it's like, where's that boiling point of where Luffy's like, new mission, we're going to save my brother type thing. I don't know. I don't know. But that is, they're really like they're hammering that point home. That's the third time it's been brought up. And it's been, because before we start, that's what we started this arc with, right? Or right before we started this arc with was Ace in his battle. And it's been brought up by Kuma, brought up by the doctor in the newspaper, and then brought up here again. So I don't know if we naturally run into it, we go out and seek it, but there's some shit going on out there, so we'll see what happens. Brook's on the crew, nice couple last episodes. I think Thriller Bark ended stronger than it started. From the Zoro stuff to the Brook backstory to, you know, sprinkling in Ace and all that type of stuff, that was not a bad ending for the most part. But that's done. Another arc down. I've been told I skipped to like 385, 386, something like that for the next episode. And then the next arc is only like 20 episodes. That'll be nice. We'll wrap that up pretty quick. And when that ends, we'll be in the 400s. So I'm not saying we're sniffing close to halfway, but kind of. There. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,